Well, good day, folks. Guess what? It's Tuesday. So why don't we do a two for Tuesday? That great open tag brought to us by Tom over at Knife Delights. If you haven't checked Tom out, go check his channel out, especially if you love buck knives. He is like buck aficionado. If there's a buck knife he doesn't have, somebody needs to call Buck and get them to send him one. And he also does some great knife restoration videos, shows you all his techniques and whatnot, and just a real fine gentleman. He also has a channel called History Delights, which I have a card for around here somewhere, which I will not find, I'm sure, but it's here somewhere. Anyway, where he just talks about historical things, historical events, and things like that. Very interesting stuff. So definitely go check out Tom's channel. But before we jump into the open tag, I was rummaging around my attic and I found some stuff from way long time ago when I used to be in Cub Scouts. I noticed some of the fellows have done videos where they mentioned different groups like that they were in when they were young. There's one in particular with the church. I can't remember the name of it, but a few of the fellows have done it. But anyways, I found some neat stuff. I just thought I'd show you. When I was in Cub Scouts, we had a thing called Cub Car racing, and where we'd build little wooden cars and race them on these tracks. And apparently I was quite good at it because I got pictures of me with some really big trophies. But here's just some of the stuff I found. Greater Victoria Region Cub Rally, 1979. Wolf Cubs of Canada. Cub Car International. Juan de Fuca Cub Rally District, 1979. I guess it'd be the Juan de Fuca District. Cub Rally 1979. And I thought this one was interesting. Cub Scout International Derby, sponsored by Knights of Pythias. It's got the Wolf Cubs, and I'm guessing this would be an American crest. And you've got the American and Canadian flag. I remember vaguely doing that, driving down to a border between, I think it was New Brunswick and Maine. And there was a bridge that separated New Brunswick and Maine, and all the young fellows from the U.S. marched across the bridge, come over, and we had a big Cub Car rally. So, anyways, little shot from my past there I thought was neat. All right, let's get into some knives. So, I want to dedicate this Two for Tuesday to just a real special fella, and that's Randy over at Randy's Wasteland Survival Guide. Because we all know Randy's favorite handle material for a knife is yellow Delrin. He absolutely loves yellow Delrin. He can't get enough of it. If you've been on any lives where they've brought out knives with yellow Delrin, he just gets so excited. He loves it. So I've got a yellow Delrin knife today just for Randy. So the two knives we're going to look at are Canoes. They're Rough Ryder canoes. And one you have seen many times, and that is the classic Carbon 2 canoe. But the real special one we brought out today is the original classic Carbon. So they did a classic Carbon series in Randy's favorite yellow Delrin. I'm sure he's got everyone from the series. And then they came up with the classic Carbon 2 series in the black micarta. Essentially, they are exactly the same knife in every way, just about. Same shield shape, I guess a diamond shield. This one has the Rough Ryder 25th years anniversary, I guess. And then this one here has the Rough Ryder Classic Carbon shield. But they have the same design. They both have the pinched bolsters with the single thread and the Rough Ryder bolster stamp that everybody loves or hates. And I've commented before when looking at this knife that this is a beefy knife. It's thicker and heavier than most of your other Rough Rider canoes. It's got thicker springs, thicker blades. Well, this one's exactly the same. If we look here, they're both the same thickness. They both have the same thickness in the back springs. They both have the same thickness in the blades. So they're pretty much, they took this chassis and they built this knife with it. For the classic Carbon 2 series, just swapped out the shield and the handle material. And this one does have the G10 blue underliners, where the original classic Carbon does not appear to have underliners. And as to the name, the blades are made of carbon steel. So you have your main spear point blade with your long match strike nail pull and your swedge across the top, your Rough Rider tang stamp, your, we can get the light to hit it right, your model number, and made in China, half stop, real strong springs, real good snap on the open, real good retention on the blade. And the indoor lighting won't show it very well, but there's a bit of patina started on this one. I haven't used this as much as the classic Carbon 2. Real nice walk and talk, real strong springs. I like it. And then you get your secondary blade with your Rough Rider tang stamp. Nothing on the other side. And again, your match strike long pull and your swedge. And again, a real nice snap on the open. Real nice snap on the close. Exactly the same as the classic Carbon 2, the half stop. That real nice snap. Rough Rider tang stamp. And your model number, focus, and made in China. And quite a bit more patina on this one. Colors really come out nice in natural light. And your secondary pen blade with your match strike long pull, your swedge, your Rough Rider tang stamp, and some good patina on this one as well. I think the patina looks particularly good on this knife with the black micarta handles. And you get a little bit of blue in the coloring with the patina, which matches nice with the blue G10 underliners. Both knives measure out exactly the same. I believe it's advertised as 3.62 inches. Now, just for comparison, we'll bring out one of my other favorite canoes from Rough Rider, and that's from the Red Fox series. And essentially the same general pattern. You've got the G10 underliners in red, as you have the blue with the classic Carbon 2. Your Fox shield, but where we'll notice the difference is the thickness. You can see here your more standard Rough Rider canoe is much narrower springs. I'd say they're almost 50% bigger on the classic Carbon and the classic Carbon 2. And your blade stock, again, is much thinner. So these are just robust knives in the Carbon series. And the weight is, you can feel the weight is significantly different. The only canoe I have from Rough Rider or any company that comes close to the weight of these is the Rough Rider Old Southwest series. And they've got all metal covers, so that accounts for the extra weight. Don't you just love that yellow Delrin? Isn't that awesome? Don't you love that, Randy? That's just beautiful. I actually do like the yellow Delrin myself because it gives me that look of like aged bone, as if this is a really old knife that had a white bone handle, and just the bone is patinaed with age and turned yellow. So when I see yellow Delrin, that's what I think of. I think of just an old knife that's just patinaed with time. I don't know what Randy thinks of, but we just know he loves them. Anyhow, I'm not going to go into a great deal of particulars. It's a Rough Rider canoe, other than being more stout. Your blade lengths are the same. Your blade geometry is the same. Just the blades are thinner stock on the rest of them and thicker on these ones. But I do love these classic carbon series just because I love a stout knife with a strong spring. And this one definitely has that. So, and this is a knife that I carry because I've got canoes that are more attractive and more flashy and whatnot. I mean, I've carried this guy a lot too because I just love the Fox theme. And the Rough Rider Fox series knives have some of the best fit and finish of any of the Rough Rider knives I have. Alignments are great on the blades. Right down the center. No rub anywhere. Perfect fit and finish. No gaps. Springs are awesome on these. But these guys here, they just feel like they're made to work. They're just heavy and stout and thick. And if you can't cut with them, you can pound a nail with them, I think. So, anyway, folks, we'll leave it there. I don't want to overload Randy with the yellow Delrin. I know it excites him. So, that's our 2 for Tuesday today. Don't forget to go check out Tom's channel, especially if you love buck knives or you like seeing old knives in rough shape be brought back to life so that they can live to cut another day. Then Tom's got a great channel. And y'all take care. Get through this Tuesday. Tomorrow's hump day. And before you know it, the weekend will be here. Y'all take care.